I'm Bart Ehrman, and I'm here with my colleague in the Department of Religious Studies at UNC-Chapel Hill, Joseph Lamb, to announce an upcoming lecture that anyone interested in the Bible should want to see, in part because it presents information that almost no one interested in the Bible knows about. Joseph will be giving the lecture, and he'll be describing it in a minute. For now, I'll just say that it has to do with scene one of the Bible, the creation of the world. We tend to think that the Bible has one creation story, right? Whether you think Genesis 1 is completely accurate or hopelessly unscientific, whether it's the inerrant revelation from God or just another ancient myth, you probably think it's the biblical account of creation, right? Wrong. Joseph will be delivering this remote lecture on October 19th at 8 o'clock p.m. Joseph is an expert on the Hebrew Bible and has become an important public spokesperson for biblical scholarship through his recent course done with the Great Courses called Creation Stories of the Ancient World. His lecture will be given as a fundraiser for our Department of Religious Studies. There is no cost to come, but we are asking for donations from attendees to help support the work of our department with the possibility of donors winning important prizes. I'll be saying more about that at the end of the short video, but before that, I want Joseph to say a few words about his lecture. So Joseph, tell us about the lecture.
Thanks, Bart. So the title of my lecture is Beyond Genesis, the Many Creation Stories of the Bible. And as Bart hinted at earlier, we typically think of the theme of creation in the Bible as being this one story that people are familiar with, the 7-day creation. And this story, in fact, is a very memorable and a kind of clear story in many ways, right? It kind of gives us exactly what we would expect from a creation story in the Bible. It's an all-powerful God, speaks creation into existence at the beginning of time, and creates a good and ordered world. What controversy would be there? So despite different people reading maybe parts of it more literally or less literally, the overall point of the story is clear. Now, what I will argue, however, in my lecture is that this kind of apparent clarity of the biblical view of creation is actually a bit of an illusion. Okay, it's not an illusion because the story of Genesis 1 itself is unclear, although I do think there are nuances to the story that one could explore. But the fact that we only associate creation with this one story obscures the many other hints, images, different ways of talking about creation that are embedded throughout the Hebrew Bible or the Old Testament. In particular, in places like Psalms, the book of Job, the prophetic literature, there are numerous kind of hints of kind of alternate conceptions of creation, revealing different views of God. And these views often are based on mythological views that were present during the time of ancient Israel. People may have heard of the Canaanite mythology as background to the Bible, or the Ugaritic text. So some of what I'll talk about will engage with those ideas. And so I'm looking forward in this lecture to unpack kind of a lot of these texts and a lot of these images that will probably be difficult for a lot of non-experts to recognize when they're reading it, because without the historical background, often a lot of these texts just kind of go over our heads. So hopefully what I'll present will be of interest to anyone wanting to learn more about this fascinating topic.
Okay, great. Okay, thanks, Joseph. It sounds really good. It sounds like something we all need to hear. So I hope people can come. Let me say a few more things about the occasion. As I've indicated, the lecture that Joseph is giving will be part of the fundraising efforts of our Department of Religious Studies. And as incentives, we're going to be giving some prizes to donors. The proceeds from the lecture will go to help graduate students in the department, PhD students who are training to be teachers and researchers of religious studies, including Hebrew Bible and early Christianity and Islam and Judaism and religion in America and all sorts of fields. The funds will help enable them take research trips and to present the results of their work at national and international conferences. So, as I've said, there's no charge for the lecture, but we will be asking that those who can afford to do so to make a donation of $20 to attend. Less is welcome, and more is welcome. Oh boy, is more welcome. As an incentive, we're going to be giving 3 prizes. 2 of them will go to our 2 largest donors. The second highest donor will receive a signed copy of any book by any faculty member in the department. The highest donor will get a 30-minute remote one-on-one with any faculty member in the department of their choice. All donors, in addition, will be thrown into a raffle. At least their names will be thrown into a raffle. And the winner of that raffle will receive either of those 2 prizes. So you don't need to register for the lecture. Simply show up. But if you want to make a donation, please do so with the link provided below. And if you want to make a larger donation to enter in for these prizes, please follow the instructions below the link. Whether you donate large, or don't donate at all, I hope you can come to this very interesting and important lecture by my colleague, Joseph Lamb.